All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you are in this beautiful world. Welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm your host, Ryan Carthy. We'll be joined shortly by my awesome partner, Mr. Benny Allen. Hope everybody's doing well today on this holiday Monday in the U.S. Hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend, and I hope everybody's ready to get today started off with a bang. Um, Holiday in the UK too. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. All right. So, go here. Make sure I got all my stuff set up. All right. So, um, as always, we want to make sure that we start off by taking massive action. And that action stands for, if I can get to my deal, action stands for accepting all possible losses, changing. Sorry, guys, 1 second. We're acting funny today. Um, mm, mm, mm. I don't know why it won't change. Okay, no problem. We're just going to read it off. Um, we'll just read it. You guys won't see it on the screen, but accepting all possible losses before entering a trade, preparing you for any outcome, centering yourself, body, mind, and spirit, ensuring a balanced approach to trading, trust in your education, strategy, trading skills, and intuition. Imagine your trade successfully materializing, obeying your trading strategy, avoiding decisions based on greed or fear, and never looking back or stopping once your trade has commenced. Um, so, good people, um, let's let's get to it. If you noticed, and I'll send this back again, you guys got a notification on your screen to be promoted to panelist. I want you to accept that. Um, accept that. This morning, we're going to do things a little bit differently. And I want everybody to have access to turning on their camera if they desire to do so. Um, we're going to have a little different type of session this morning. Um, so I want everybody to be able to show their faces if they desire to. All right. Um, boom, boom. Let's see. Stop that. I see you guys coming over. All right. And you guys have access to your camera now? You guys, you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Can anybody chime in real quick? Do you guys have access to your camera? Yes, yes, yes. All right, cool. So if you want to turn your camera on, um, please do. Please do. This morning is going to be it's going to be a working session. And so I want you to have a notebook and pen handy, right? Um, we're going to go through a process this morning together that we've talked about, and some may have started, but I want us to go through this process um, together. And I want to kind of dig into this and walk us through this process. And depending on the feedback, we may do this more. So those that just joined us, you got a notification to be moved to be promoted to a panelist. Please feel free to accept that invite, giving everybody the opportunity to turn their camera on, so we can all be on camera for this working session, if you desire to. All right. So
Right? It wouldn't allow us to
over
turn
the
the camera
next
on.
One second. One second. One
Not
second.
allowing you the camera.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you now. What was just stated?
It's not allowing the camera to be turned
Not
on.
allowing the camera? Okay. All right, so let's do this. You're going to get another notification to become a co-host. Just ask that nobody go crazy with the co-host permissions. All right. Boom. Now do you have access to your camera? There we go. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'll send that back again for those others that want to hop in. Boom. Love it. All right. Cool deal. So over the next 45 minutes, we are going to go through the process of crafting a dream statement. And whether you're aiming for career change, personal goals here in this trading space, or even just a more fulfilled life, this session, we're going to walk through the process of crafting this. All right. So this is important because with crafting goals and desires, you want to be extremely specific, and being specific is the foundation for it all, right? Um, it's really about focusing on your desires and setting clear goals and taking control of that process, right? And so today we're going to break down the steps that is going to help us to do that. So by the end of the session, you'll have a clear understanding of how to set and achieve the goals that you have, right? And you'll be equipped with the practical exercise to get started. We're going to do this right now, but with any other goal, you can go through the same process, right? And just rinse it, wash, rinse, and repeat, right? And so we're going to cover everything from deciding what you want to paying attention to the details to charting the course and getting the best of both worlds and then checking for potential dangers, right? Those are the categories of the 5 steps, right? And each of these are designed to help create a solid plan for achieving the dreams and the desires. So everybody got the books? Everybody ready to go? Let me give you guys one more shot there. Boom. Jeremy, go ahead and accept that promotion to panelist if you desire to turn your camera on, if you're able to. And we're going through this working session together. So the first step in this process, right, is deciding what you want. And deciding what you want, it sounds simple, but it's super important. Cool deal. It's super important and super powerful. Like I said, deciding what you want is the foundation of a happy and healthy living, right? Being very specific about it. And it's the key element to successful goal achievement and goal in dream creation, right? And so when you decide what you want, um, you want to make sure you state it in a positive tense, right? I am is from my opinion, the best way to write these goals out, right? And so, and if you think of it like planning a trip, right? When you plan a trip, deciding where you want to go, you decide where you want to go, and then you plan accordingly, right? You pick the destination, and even if it's a spontaneous type of trip, right? Um, you in the spontaneous thing, you may not want to plan everything, and you may not want to plan every step as you go, but you still have a sense of where you want to end up, right? And so your ultimate goal might be a location, a thing, or even a feeling, right? As we're going through this process. And at the end of the trip, you may want to feel relaxed, inspired, or confident, right? And so, for instance, if you have a tangible goal of earning $100,000 a year, right? Um, on the other hand, a less tangible goal might be the feeling of more confidence at work. So either way, it's critical to be clear about what you want and state it in a positive tone. So if you say, I don't want to be in this job anymore, or I don't want to be in debt, your focus is on what you don't want instead of being specific about what you do want. So back to the trip idea, right? If you're planning a trip and you call a travel agent and the travel agent says, "Oh, all right, cool. Where do you want to go?" Right? You tell the travel agent, I don't want to go to Minnesota, or I don't want to go to St. Louis, Missouri. The possibilities of where you don't want to go are endless, right? And so it makes it impossible for the travel agent to actually book a trip for you. Same thing with our minds, right? They work the exact same way. So to achieve a goal, it's important to be very clear about exactly what we want and what we desire. So writing down your goals in detail gives them a level of performance, right? And by writing them down, you create an agreement with yourself, a contract on how you plan to live your life. Okay. And the act of writing transforms your thoughts into something tangible, something that you can see and view and actually feel regularly. Okay. So right now, I want us to take, we'll say, let's take 3 minutes let's take 2 minutes and write down the goal that's top of mind for you right now. Okay. What's the goal top of mind for you right now? And in this, right, you're not writing how you're going to do it yet, right? You're just crafting the end destination. Okay. So don't go through the process now of the how, right? We just want to get the idea of where we're going. Mm, all right, cool. So now, second step, okay? Now that we've decided what we want, the next component is paying attention to the detail. Okay. This step is super critical in avoiding not achieving the goal that you have. Okay. So we want to ensure that we get to where we said we want to go. Okay. And so when you plan a trip, we often use the internet to research the destination, right? We look at reviews, we watch videos, we read advertisements to understand what the place is like that we're going, right? We might even research restaurants that are there, so that we know what food we're going to eat or what options we have. Similarly, with setting goals, we need to use our imagination to gather a vivid sense of what our life will be like when we achieve these goals, right? The more specific you can be, the better. Okay. And so think about where you'll be, right? Think about what you'll be doing, about who you'll be with, and when this is happening. Okay. And so picture in your mind as clearly as possible and focus on the end result, right? That goal that you wrote down. And then after you write it, we'll claim it by saying it out loud, right? At the end, we'll speak these out loud. But for example, if your goal is to say your goal is to get a new job, right? Don't just say I want a new job, but be specific. I want a job that's fun, exciting, pays $100,000 a year with a 30-minute commute, right? And allows me to travel and enjoy my family, right? Being specific helps you to create that clear roadmap to the goal, okay? And so if you're not specific, you might get close to the goal, but not quite achieve it, okay? So for instance, you might receive a job offer, but if it doesn't meet all the criteria, like the salary, the commute, or the company culture, you might end up feeling unsatisfied, right? Um, so to avoid this, be as detailed as possible about what you desire. And you want to think about all of the aspects of the goal and write them down. Okay, like I said, the clearer you are, the more likely you are to be able to create the exact thing that you desire. Okay, and even things like what you will be like, right? What will your demeanor be? Okay, who's going to be with you, right? And then when will this happen? Give it a time frame. Okay, and so um in this, as we write this down, take the goal and break it down into as many details as possible, right? If you want a new job, think about the job title, right? The type of company, the location, the salary, the benefits, the work environment, the people you'll work with, and even the feeling you want to have while you're working there. Okay. So we're going to write all of these down. And as we move forward, it's something that we'll visualize regularly. Okay. So here's an example. I want a job that's fun, exciting, pays over $100,000 a year. I get along with the people that I work with, uh, work for, and interact with on a daily basis. My commute is 30 minutes or less. I have freedom to travel and enjoy my family. And I'm afforded the security to pay for my health care and provide for my family's education. My job allows me to live my passion. And then at the end of this, I want you to write, I want this or better than this. Okay. So let's take 3 minutes to start writing, filling in some detail here, right? Break that goal down into as many pieces as possible and write those down. And at the end, state, I want this or better than this. Okay. We'll take 3 minutes here. How's everybody doing? Need a couple more minutes? Yep. Okay. We'll take another 3 minutes. All right. Fill in some more detail. All right. We good? All right. So let's move on to the third component. The third component is charting your own course. Okay. And this step is all about claiming your power and taking full responsibility of your journey. Okay. It's about creating goals that you can plan and execute on your own. Okay. So when setting goals, it's critical to ensure that they are within your control. What's happening? It's critical that they're within your control. Okay. Well, it's perfectly fine and it's beautiful to accept help and support from others if they choose to offer it, right? Your goal should be something that you are empowered to achieve on your own, right? And then as the support comes in around you, by all means, accept that as long as it helps you to move toward that goal, okay? But it's not, we don't want to put ourselves in a position um where we need someone else's help to achieve that. Does that make sense? Okay. So focusing on actions and outcomes that you can directly influence. So, for example, let's say you want to improve your work environment, right? And instead of setting a goal that relies on others to change their behavior, you want to focus on what you can do. Okay. So, a good self-initiated goal statement could be something like, I am finding ways to be happy in the workplace, and I am unaffected by the attitudes of those around me, right? This goal is within your control and empowers you to take that action. Okay. So creating goals that you control helps you to stay focused and motivated because you're not worried about the outside influences at this point, right? It's our journey, it's the actions that we take, right? So it prevents you from feeling helpless or dependent on those external factors. Okay. And so when you chart your own course, you're taking that ownership of the journey and you're more likely to stay committed to those goals because, again, you're not looking for, you're not dependent on those outside influences. So another example could be, suppose your goal is to get fit and healthy, right? And instead of saying a goal like, I want my friends to join me at the gym, which relies on others, you can set a goal more like, I will go to the gym 3 times a week and follow a healthy eating plan, right? This way, your success is entirely up to you, right? So charting your own course also means being proactive. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. You're going and you're creating them. Okay. So if you want to learn a new skill, signing up for a class or finding the resources online. If you want to advance your career, seeking out additional training or networking opportunities, right? And taking the initiative to make the things happen opposed to waiting for things to be brought to you, right? And so in this section, you want to remember that you have the power to shape that future, right? So by creating these self-initiated goals, you're taking control of your life and what you're creating, all right? So think about what you want to achieve and how you can make that happen on your terms. All right. So we're adding to our statement, right? And let's think about, in order to create that end goal, what are the actions that we can take to create this? All right. So we'll take 4 minutes here. So it'd be 7:08 Eastern time. We'll take 4 minutes and let's start writing down steps that we can take to create this desire.
So, sorry, Benny, I didn't get that one. I was just away quickly. I was answering the door.
That's all right. We're charting our own course. So we're creating action steps. And we're ensuring that our goal is something that doesn't rely on outside influences.
Okay.
Okay. And so we're also starting to create steps that we can take to put that goal into action. Okay. That don't rely on any external influences, only things that we can control. Okay. All right. How are we looking? Good. All right. Um, 1 second. Um, I'm about to lose power.
Yeah, it's storming really bad here, man.
Yeah, it's coming down over here too. My computer was about to die though. No, but yeah, it's been raining for a bit since I got up at what's it, 4:30. All right, we good? Looks like Kay's still writing a little bit. Good. Okay. All right. So the fourth component, right? Fourth component is getting the best of both worlds, right? This step is about appreciating what you have currently today in your current situation while you strive for what you desire to create. And so even though we're working towards a new, bigger, brighter future, it's critical to savor the best of our current situation, right? To express gratitude, to have appreciation for where we currently are and the goods in this situation. Because in every situation, it's if it's bad, it's not all bad. There are some positives we can find in our current space, right? And so every cloud has a silver lining, and discovering the hidden gems in the current circumstance can make a significant difference when defining and achieving our goals, right? It's easy to focus on what's lacking or what we want to change, but there's uh, there's an immense power in recognizing and appreciating the positives that already exist in our life. Okay, so we'll start by taking a close look at the current situation, right? What are the silver linings, right? Do you have a sense of freedom in the schedule, right? Maybe, and this is pertaining to a job, right? But maybe the current job offers a security, uh, some sense of security, great connections, or opportunities for learning, right? Or you have a supportive family and friend nucleus that encourage you to continue striving forward, right? So identifying the positive aspects can boost your morale and give you a solid foundation to build upon. Okay. So once you determine what the silver linings are, um, we'll write those down, right? And these elements they're valuable, and they should be incorporated into this goal statement to ensure that we don't lose sight of those things as we move forward. All right. So, example, aiming for a new job, don't just focus on the new aspects you desire, but think about what you enjoy in the current role, right? And include those elements into your statement, right? So it might sound something like, I want a new job that's fun, exciting, pays over $100,000 a year, um, offers a 30-minute commute, allows me to travel and enjoy my family, and provides some level of security, great connections. I'm sorry, and provides the same level of security and great connections that I currently have, right? So acknowledging what you currently have in that statement. Okay. Um, this way we're creating a goal that, like I said, acknowledges and retains the positive aspects of our present situation while striving for new and improved circumstances. Right? It's about blending the best of what you have now and what you desire to achieve. Okay. And so by getting the best of both worlds, we're able to maintain a balanced perspective as well and create a more fulfilling and comprehensive goal where you're not just chasing new dreams, but you're building on the strengths and the blessings that we already possess. Okay. So we'll take a moment here and just reflect on our current circumstances, the current situation, and we'll look for those silver linings, those hidden gems within our current situation that we can then write into and incorporate into our goal statement. Okay. So this will help us to create that more well-rounded, we'll call it realistic, inspiring version or vision of the future, right? What we have and where we're going. All right. So incorporating the gratitude into this statement. All right. Um, and just remember, right? Appreciating what you have, it doesn't mean you're settling, right? It means you're smartly building a bridge from where you are presently to your future, right? And it's embracing the best of both of those worlds. And you'll find as we go through this process and as you do this more, you'll find yourself more grounded and motivated along this journey, right? Because it's not like I said, it's not all bad. It never is, right? So the good currently and where we're going. All right. So we'll take 4 minutes here, think about the good in the current situation, and then add that into your goal statement. Okay.
Yeah, he's giving us. a hot drink or anything then? Oh, sorry.
How we doing? Another minute or so? All right. Good. Okay. So the we've covered the first four components, right? The final step in this process is checking the environment for potential dangers, right? So this step is extremely important because it ensures that our goals are not just, or they're not only achievable, but they're sustainable, right? And beneficial for our overall well-being. Okay. And so in this step, we want to imagine the final outcome in full detail, right? Picture yourself having achieved that goal, living that life that you've envisioned. Okay. And we want to run an ecology check, right? Check our thoughts, our emotions, and our behaviors and our communication. Okay. So what this means is just taking a step back and evaluating how your goal aligns with every aspect of your life. Okay. And so questions for us to answer, right? Is my goal balanced or out of balance? Right? Is my goal healthy or unhealthy? Right? Meaning for you, is this something that is going to be an unhealthy lifestyle for you? Right? Um, Does it enhance my life or does it create limitations? Does it empower me or disempower me? Does it increase my resourcefulness or does it take it away? Does it bring out the best in me or does it sabotage my efforts? Right? Those are just some questions that you can ask, right? These questions, they help us to assess whether our goal supports our overall well-being and long-term happiness, or um, it's about making sure that the pursuit of our desires doesn't lead to unintended negative consequences. Okay. Right. And it also ensures that we're not repeating the same cycle that we're already in or that we've done in the past. Right. If you do the same thing, you can't expect a different outcome. All right. So it helps us to look at, are we repeating old patterns? So example, if your goal is to get that new job, initially you might state it as, I want a new job, right? You refine it and you evolve it into, I want a job that's fun, exciting, pays over $100,000 a year, and empowers me in the workplace, right? Now make sure that the goal aligns with your overall well-being. Does this job fit into my lifestyle? Does it allow me time for my family? Does it allow me time for my personal health? Does it allow me time to engage in my personal interests? Right. And if you discover that the goal might lead to an imbalance in your life that you don't desire, right, then just modify it to ensure that it's healthy and sustainable. Right. Because we don't want to create something that or process that doesn't allow us to sustain over the long term. Okay. So you might adjust the goal to say something like, I want a job that's fun, exciting, pays over $100,000 a year, empowers me in the workplace, allows that 30-minute commute, provides enough flexibility to spend quality time with my family and take care of my health. Right. And so you're able to word it in so that that is also taken into account. And so running this check helps us to avoid potential pitfalls and ensures that your goals are holistic and supportive of the fulfilling life that we desire. Okay. About finding that harmony in making sure that our aspirations don't come at a cost to our overall happiness and health. Okay. So we'll take another 4 minutes and we'll run this check. Right? And ask those questions and maybe others, right? To see how that goal fits into the bigger picture of our life, right? And then we'll make any necessary adjustments as we're going through these questions, make any necessary adjustments to that goal statement to ensure that it's balanced, healthy, and empowering. Okay.
Ryan, I'm sorry for interrupting. I'm going to have to go.
Okay,
So I
no problem.
apologize. Okay, I
No
apologize.
problem. It's being recorded, so you can.
All right. Thanks for.
Thanks for checking in, and it'll be recorded, so you can go back and finish watching it and rewatch.
It's quite an
Um,
enjoyable way of doing it. Thought I'd give you my opinion before I go, but I think it's great.
so
It's really.
I appreciate that.
Thanks,
I
guys.
appreciate the
See
feedback.
you
Okay,
tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, Benny. Thank you.
we'll take another 2 minutes. All right. How are we looking? Good. Okay. Um, all right. So again, right, by by doing this check, right, you're not just setting yourself up for success, but it's also for sustainability as we move through this experience, right? Ensuring that your dreams align with the values and well-being, right? And creating a more fulfilling, enriching journey. All right. So once you have your outcome statement clearly defined, right? And you may need more time. I still have some areas that I need more time to fill in more detail. Um, but once you have that statement clearly defined and clearly written out, that's what we want to focus on, right? That's what we want to focus on. We don't want to focus on the circumstances that are creating us not to have that at this moment. We don't want to focus on the things that we don't want. We want to focus on this statement, what we desire, and where we're going, and that's it, right? So placing this statement everywhere that you can, right? Make a copy, put it in your bathroom, maybe write it on the bathroom mirror, right? Have it next to your bed, have it in the car, have it at your computer. Your clarity and focus, it'll guide you toward achieving this goal and other goals, right? And what you're doing is having that everywhere and focusing on that. You're training that reticular activation system now, right? You're training that to say, this is what's important, and I need to figure out everything that's necessary to achieve this. So everything that I need to become aware of, the relationships, the people, the experiences that I need, the lessons that I need, I need to find those. So we're training the reticular activation systems to identify those. So as we go along this journey, we can scoop up those things that are important and add them in our bag so that we can become the person that's required to achieve said thing. Right? And so now it's time to get clear what you want, right? And clarify that statement. Okay. You can choose any goal, whether it's something immediate or something you want to achieve in the future. You can go through this exercise at any time, right? And write that statement for each of those goals so that you can be very clear, very specific about what it is that you desire to create, right? And then go through the process of doing the work, creating the plan to create said thing. All right. So that's Mindset Monday, good people. If anybody wants to share theirs or anybody has any thoughts about this process, what we went through, floor is open.
Good
It
morning.
was a great process, man. I look forward to doing it more in the future with you. Great
I
session,
appreciate it.
Ryan.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was absolutely. I really loved there is a job that I saw come across that would have been my ideal thing to do, even though I love teaching. And so I really loved step 4, appreciating what you have, because that eliminates the discontent while pursuing the thing that's ideal. To see that it's not all bad, because it's not. There's nothing that's always all bad. And so to get that clarity and that perspective that you can still move forward and move forward in a way that you're not just discarding what you have presently, but appreciating what you have presently while you're moving toward that. And that was because I was going to ask that question. I was going to say, well, what about like the present situation if you sort of still like the present situation? And so what you did there was really, really, really super important. So I've not seen that in doing like goal work and like the different books that you see. I've not seen that piece. And, okay, so let's look for the silver lining in your current situation. So thank you so much for that. This was really good, and I look forward to doing it for my other goals as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for that feedback. No, it's because it adds, like you said, it removes the discontent, but it also adds a level of gratitude as well, right? Which is extremely important in this process. So glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it and took something new away.
Hi, Ryan.
Jeremy, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
Hey, great. Yeah, thank you for the session. I was driving, so I couldn't go through the process, but I was listening to it. And one point that stood out really for me was the point that you said that when we set goals, we focus on the circumstances around us instead of focusing on ourselves and making the decision to um, work on the things that will bring the change instead of the circumstances that wouldn't bring the change. And so it's kind of it is great for me to know that even though things out there are not moving the way I might think it's going, if I focus on me and a little thing that I can change, that can move me to my direction. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. It's huge, right? Because it's easy for us to spiral down that thought of everything that caused this situation to go badly, right? It's easy for us to do that, and it happens, right? But being aware of that and saying, okay, let me refocus because this is where I'm going. I'm not going back there, right? It allows us to make that pivot in the moment as we become more aware of the circumstances. So that's beautiful. Glad it was a good takeaway for you. Anything else before we wrap it up?
Morning, everybody. Morning, Ryan. Thank you so
Annette,
much.
good morning.
I think when I got to my statement towards the end, I actually changed my amount that I want. So for me, it made me clear, like to stretch myself a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good, right? And having that clarity and but also having that thing that pushes you and challenges you to do more. I love it. I love it. All right, good people. So, right, get clear. Get clear, right? I'm gonna sit here and take some more time to fill out some more areas and clarify the statement more for myself. If you guys want to share it, right? Share it in the community, or can discuss it during the accountability session this evening. If you guys have it on the holiday, not sure what the schedule will be today, but I appreciate you guys for going through this experience with me. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Love it, Marshall. So we'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the pre-New York session. You guys have a phenomenal Monday. I'm looking forward to hearing some of your statements. So we'll talk later. Peace.
Thank you.